Coach Nielsen, how are you, sir?
I'm great. How are you doing?
We are good, very good. Very excited to get to speak to you. I've loved, and I want to start here because it was a brilliant phrase I've heard you say, people, not just players. Would you mind explaining, what that means to you?
This team will only be together for 1 year. And so one of the things that in coaches, you get into coaching because of people, because of the players, staying close to the game, the locker room. Like the locker room is so awesome. When you're a player, there's things that happen in there. You get really close to your teammates and conversations and things like that. And so when you get into coaching, it's about the relationships with your players first. Like that's the people, not just the guys in the helmets on the field. And so these guys are awesome people. Like they're really cool to talk to, experiences, all different backgrounds. And so you really, what kind of sets it apart is when you have that relationship, it's more than just the X's and O's, and it means more. There's more to it. You're more invested. Think on both sides, players and coaches. And one of the first things we said was the team is only going to be together for 1 year, meaning a coach will leave, a player will leave, and it's the time that we spend together. That's what means so much. And hopefully we're here for a long time together. But in the league, it's, the guys leave and you want it to be the best for that player that he's ever had in that 1 year. Like we want to do it better than we've ever done before, relationship-wise and football-wise. And then, the impact that you can have on people's life and help them in so many different ways. But it all starts with the relationships.
And then, catering to each player's individual needs.
Sure.
You've got that all up here, or you're obviously working with your coaching staff as well.
Yeah.
Are you aware of what every player needs to go to that next level, and how quick do you get to that point?
Sure. A lot of that is with our staff. We've hired a really good coaching staff. We've got some really good teachers, really good people. And in that, what we do is we evaluate when we get on the field. Each position coach is evaluating his position, and then when we get all together, we have discussions. What is he doing well? What do we need to work on? Things like that. And so you identify their strengths. This is what he really does well, and what you do is you try to put them in a position within the scheme that they can have success in what they do well. And then what we also do is we identify some of the things that they're not doing well. And then we drills and skills and development and things like that to help them be a more well-rounded player. I think when the player sees like that's kind of the progression in practice and things like that, I think the guys like that, it's not just what I do well, but what I need work on. And there'll be certain days where, if we're not doing something well as a position group, that whole individual, that whole day will be geared towards fixing that issue, getting that issue better. It's one of the cool things about coaching is that you're always, it's never as good as it wants to be, and you're always striving for perfection. Always strive for perfection. Do it better than it's ever been done before.
And striving for perfection, I guess that kind of goes to, what you were saying, the just 1 year kind of mental aspect of the game. Are you saying that because, focusing on just 1 year, let's perfect that year, because it's almost like a smaller chunk than thinking too long term, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. And even trim it down. And what we talk about a lot is just win your rep. Just trim it all the way down to 1 rep at a time and just win that rep. And it doesn't necessarily mean that we have to make the play, because there's 11 players on the field. Somebody is going to make the play. We just don't know who it is. Just focus on your fundamentals, the fundamentals within the scheme, and you just focus on winning that 1 rep. And when you do your job and you win that 1 rep, and the other 10 guys are doing their job, and that's when it's powerful. That's when our defense will come together, and that's when we'll take the next step.
Your non-negotiables on defense, and maybe one thing that really gets you, kind of going.
Yeah, non-negotiables, we're going to run to the ball. We run to the ball. I mean, that's just, we want a forward charging defense, an aggressive defense, an attacking defense. those things that we want to, physical, tough. And then, we talk about the scheme wise is, align and adjust. This game is everybody's moving, shift, trade, motion on every play. We have to be ahead of that on defense. And so it's a smart defense, and so we're working as a staff to not only physically, but mentally with the players.
Great. And I'm very excited to have you in London. I know you've been there before, but how excited are you to get to do 2 games?
Really like the trip. Never done 2 games before, and so this will be great. Where we're staying, have stayed there before, and it's a great place to stay. Practices it's awesome, and it's almost like you really like going over there because then it's just your team, and you're just together, and that's a special time. The flight and the trip and all that, but when you get there and you get that first day, you land in the morning and the first day, and then you eventually get into the routine. But then when you're in the hotel and you're just around, you're in your room, you come down for breakfast and it's just the players, the coaches, and you're in meetings, you go to practice and it's just your team. Like it is a special time. It is a special time, and teams grow on the trip because they're together so much. You're not, you're not going home, at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock or whatever it is at 10 o'clock at night. You're not going home and then, with your family, or you're just with your team. And that's, it is really cool. And to be there for 2 games, we'll be there even longer together. And so see our team really, those trips before have gotten really close, guys doing things together. It's a great city. The two stadiums that we're playing at is awesome places. One of my favorite things about the trip is when they play the national anthems, both of them. I have chills. Like the whole crowd is singing. It is a special time. You take your headset and your hat off, and you're listening, and just how everybody involved and the patriotism of just, it is really cool. And so always look forward to that.
So you're not excited then?
No.
Don't tell me.
Yeah, that's right.
Coach, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
That's great.
Real
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this, please subscribe and take a look at all the other videos on our YouTube channel.